This episode of LRT Outpost. I forget how to talk.
I'm going to pull it so.
Pelted in the face with some snow. And I may or may not lose my cool.
What is that noise?
So let's get into it.
What's up, everybody? My name's Kyle, and welcome to the LRT Outpost. And we're real excited because it snowed. Holy smokes. This is a rare occurrence. Holy crap. Look at the size of that snowbank against the shop. Holy crap. I'm up to my knees right now. Now, if you're new to the channel, I just have a bunch of projects and hobbies I like to do, and y'all just get to hang out and see what I'm either working on or getting into for the day. And today, it's a play day. We're so excited. It's very rare occurrence, like I said earlier, in my part of eastern North Carolina that we get snow like this. So we're going to get the units out and do some drifting around. But before we do that, I got a part in. We're going to pull the Pro in here, see if this will fix that weird noise I keep trying to track down. If you haven't seen that video, I'll do a little tag to it for you if you want to go back and watch that. But I keep getting this intermittent, just like nails on a chalkboard kind of squeal sound. And it's just... it's so aggravating. I got to figure out what it is. So I'm hoping what it is potentially belt over travel, where the belt is actually traveling out too far out of the primary and scrubbing the actual belt box itself. That's what I'm hoping is happening. The 2020 Pro XPs are kind of known to have crappy clutches to begin with, and they even explode. So I replaced it with an older model turbo clutch, but those clutches also had some issues with it, the belt over travel problem. So you put a limit washer in it, and I ordered one from Aftermarket Assassins. And so I'm going to pull it. So I'm going to pull the Pro in real quick and show you what I'm talking about. Oh my gosh. Snow even got inside my sliding doors in the back. Holy crap. This is underneath my pole barn off the back of my current little studio shop. Look at the Pro. It's covered. Holy moly. Dude, this is nuts. First thing we're going to do is double check our clutch alignment. Pretty sure I had that dialed in really good, but we're just going to double check it just to make sure. That looks pretty good to me. So what I think is happening is we're getting a little bit of belt rub, which is caused by over travel. The belt comes too high out of the clutch and will actually rub the housing. And the reason why I think that is, one, that noise kind of sounds like a belt squeal a little bit, and also trying to get a good angle here. You can see this mark right here. Right here, right at the tip of my finger. I know it's kind of a bad angle, but there's a little rub mark there, and I definitely have some up here. You can see this. So what we're going to do is install a limit washer. I got this from Aftermarket Assassins. I have their butter shift washers in the secondary. So I want to stick with all Aftermarket Assassins like upgrades, even though this is a mother clutcher setup. Right now, any clutch kit, weight, stuff like that, I'm going to try to stick with just one brand. So I'm going to stick with Aftermarket Assassins goodies, even though I got the clutch initially from Mother Clutcher. But it's basically the same style clutch, so that doesn't really make much of a difference. So the over travel washer, or limit washer is what they call it, we're going to take the top off here, and this will go in between the spring and this top section. Just like that. So thankfully we don't have to pull the whole clutch off. I'm just going to pull off this top hat, but it is spring loaded, so we're going to have to put our hands over. We're just going to break all these loose first. And you really should mark everything. Make sure you put it back together exactly the way it came apart. You really want to kind of keep everything lined up, especially the two clutch halves. Mine's already got a mark on it, but you just make you a mark on the top piece and the clutch just to make sure. All right. All right. So there was a washer on it. This one actually has like a little groove that the spring will set in. And what that's supposed to do is limit how far this clutch will come inwards. And so the belt doesn't ride too far out and start rubbing on these points here. So all we're gonna do is just set this on the spring, make sure it's in its little perch. Make sure our top to our clutch is lined up the way it's supposed to be with our mark. And we're just gonna put these right back in. All right, moment of truth. Moment of truth. Come on, please affix that annoying noise. Yay, there's Taylor and Kayla, look at there. I'm recording, by the way. Okay. Y'all made good time.
Yeah, we were running about 25 or 30.
Sweet.
There's a whole couple big groups out here.
Yeah, about 10 of them just rode by.
Really? Side by sides?
Yeah.
That's sick. I didn't know that. There was that many people around here.
At least 3 or 4 side by sides with a couple of four-wheelers.
Yeah, one just went that way, the rest went that way.
We had somebody behind us, didn't even know.
Well, that's what's up. I'm about to take a little rip down the road real quick and come back just to get the belt warmed up. I'm trying to see if that limit washer fixed my squealing problem.
I'll take a rip with you.
I think I kind of sort of hear that noise a little bit. Kind of hard to tell. Yep, I hear it still a little bit. Man, just skating around. Too much understeer. Crap. Cyclone. For a second. Holy smoke. Yeah, it gets a little squirrely around 60 miles an hour. I can still hear it here and there. Just forget it. I'm just gonna send it for the day. We're gonna have a good time. I don't know what else to do at this point, so we're just gonna see what happens with it. Holy smokes. You just get just hammered with powder when you drift this thing. Holy moly. Oh, look at all this. Oh my goodness. Belt pop? Ha! Damn. Alright, well, let me go get a strap. I'll be right back. I think the belt's slipping or something. I'm like clipping at like 6,500 RPMs and this thing should be hitting about 8, close to it. Yeah, we popped the belt. All right, so yesterday was a really fun day drifting around in the snow. You can tell. It is packed up in there. I lost power. At first, I kind of thought the belt may have been slipping, but that didn't make any sense because the revs weren't going any higher. It was just like it was a dead spot. Like it would just get up to about 6,500-ish, 7,000, maybe 7,200 RPMs. And that would just be it. I'd be holding it to the floor. It's just like it was hitting a wall. And then I came to find out that my intake here was completely packed with snow. And that's the intake for the engine. So that makes sense. So I'm thinking that was probably the problem, I took a broom and swept it all away. Sliding it around, just a big cloud of snow, so it just sucked it up in there. Thinking that's what it is, I have no reason to think otherwise. But, freaking noise again. Like I don't know what this thing is. It kind of sounds like a squealing kind of belt type noise, but it also kind of sounds like metal squealing, like metal against metal, and it's some kind of like resonance type noise. I just cannot figure it out. I don't think it's anything real serious, like a turbo bearing or anything, you know, like a bearing in the transmission or engine or anything, because I feel like it would do it all the time if that was the case. It just does it every so often. Feel like I got my clutch alignment pretty well dialed in. The secondary should not spin at idle. It should just kind of hang out. I think I'm just going to try an extra shim. I'm at 3 shims. 3 shims. The secondary kind of sort of moves a little bit, especially right at crank up. It'll move like a few revolutions and it'll kind of stop. But it kind of like shimmies a little bit, and it might have like a little bit of a lurch rotation here and there. So I'm going to try one more shim and just see. When I stick my camera in there, it looks good to me, but I don't think it's going to hurt anything to try the 4th shim and just see what happens and see what it looks like. I think I'm going to try reinstalling this factory limit washer that was in the mother clutcher primary underneath the aftermarket Assassins one, and see if that little bit of extra clearance will fix the problem. So took our limit washer back out of the primary, and our limit washer that was in the mother clutcher kit just so happens to fit perfectly inside the spring groove of the aftermarket Assassins limit washer. If that ain't a sign just to try it and see what happens, I don't know what is. Oh yeah, our power is back, baby. Woo! Power is back. Baby, power is definitely back. Yeah. Skirt, lock him up. Up, tip the ditch. I just heard it again. I just heard the noise. There it is right there. Damn you. Dag on it, man. What is that noise? I can't see. Oh my gosh. All right, so unfortunately, we still have not solved our noise issue. If any of you can think of anything that I haven't thought of, please put it in the comments. I'm probably going to go ahead and remove that factory mother clutcher limit washer back out of there and just run the aftermarket Assassins washer, since I am running their butter shift washers in the secondary. Like I said, I'm going to go all aftermarket Assassins clutch parts in that as I upgrade. Just keep everything consistent, and we'll just go from there. We'll just keep hunting for it. I'm just going to send it anyways. We're going to go. We're still going to go ride West Virginia, do all the things. Like eventually I'm going to find out what it is, and we'll fix it at that time. But regardless, I had a heck of a time drifting and sliding this thing around. It is so much fun. So if you want to follow along on my hunt for this freaking noise, as well as all my other projects around here, make sure you do me a favor, hit that like, hit that subscribe for me, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.